Hello,
Person.
Internet!
You're a terrible person. Make them fight a Glabrezu in a 10x10. What is wrong?
Anyway, hey, it's no better than when my DM told me to fight a bone graveyard in a 20x20. Underground.
Okay, that is actually worse.
That we had to drop down into. Anyway.
You didn't put a rope at the top.
We did! It cut the rope!
You didn't have multiple ropes.
They didn't let me put multiple ropes. Because, we don't need more than one rope. Screw your use rope skill.
Oh, you never just use rope.
Anyway.
They're dumb. They just use rope.
Welcome, one and all, to Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9001. I'm SneakyDevil, and Atin and Max Force are here.
We exist.
Yes. Anywho, we got a lovely bunch of shit for y'all today. You know why we have a bunch of shit for y'all today? I will tell you why. Thank you for asking. You see, Zexel here wrote a program that harvests, favorites, follows, and pretty much indexes all of fanfiction.net. And he posts these indexes of the top favorite follows and whatever mishmash he put in there to get this gunk streamed out. And I went through these indexes, and I got more fanfiction for you all, so we can stop doing Ruby for a second. And so instead, you get StarCraft Game of Thrones. I hope you're all ready.
No.
I hope you're all ready. Because today is not going to be a good one for you.
Okay, I guess the next half hour is just my downtime.
It's just
I know nothing about either of these aside from never accept a wedding invitation if you're in the Game of Thrones world, and in StarCraft go Zerg all the time.
Exactly. Zerg always wins even when they lose.
Actually, Toss is what's better right now, but...
Well, except Zerg always win even when they lose.
Demonstrably false statement.
In the video game, maybe Protoss are winning, but fucking dude, come on. The expendable troops that are intelligent. Can't get more Soviet than that, my dude. They even have a Russian commander.
Okay, yes, but
What's that have to
honestly,
do with this?
he's cooler. He's not cool because he's Russian. He's cool because of the crab claw.
It is because of the accent. Hello, I'm Stukov.
I think it's the crab claw.
I mean, it kind of is the crowd ball. Anyway, as always, the link is found in the Discord down below. And don't harass any of the people here unless they say, give them a review. At that point, they're asking for it. Not the harassment, the review. They're asking for a review.
We can't stop you from harassing them, but we can tell you in no uncertain terms that you shouldn't.
Pleasing the masses. I thought it was a good story to start on,
Yeah, I just want to point out, by the way, Atin, you can tell them in very specific terms not to go and harass authors.
Yes, I said there's nothing I can do to stop them, but I can tell them not to.
You can individually visit each person's house. I mean, we only got like 10 viewers, so I mean, he can totally manage to individually visit each person and tell them, don't harass me.
Okay, but like at least 3 of them are overseas.
Yeah, I was about to say, actually, aren't all of them overseas?
We got like 1 who isn't.
Do we have any American viewers?
I think
at all?
American.
I think we have 1.
Okay.
Amerikansky land. Anyway, after finding a Protoss ship floating through space, a Terran ghost finds out the legendary Queen of Blades isn't the only one able to lead the Zerg. Seeing the devastation that they can bring, he takes it upon himself to keep them away from Terran civilization, and ends up trapping them all in the land of Westeros. They say war never changes. How wrong they are.
You get out of here with your Fallout reference.
Okay, so War Never Changes isn't a Fallout reference. It's just been popularized by Fallout. But
I know, but it's been popularized
that's what I just
by
said.
Fallout.
But I fucking hate it when people do not understand what that means. It's like, they say war never changes, but it does now. It's like, no, it's
not the
still
point of
two
it.
sides killing each other.
And most of them don't want to be there.
It really did. No, that really did. That's really not even a factor. Like, I mean, you had the Gauls, dude. They wanted to be there.
Okay, yeah.
But no, it's still, at the end of the day, two sides trying to kill each other for insert various million reason here.
Yeah.
Speaking of insert here reason, I highly encourage everyone to Google the Arms Master excuse generator. it's a little program someone made in honor of Worm, in which it generates the most absolutely absurd excuses. Like, help, I am being attacked by a man in a flamingo costume shooting at people with rubber ducks. Yeah. Anyway. It was only a few hours before the break of dawn on the planet Adina, a Terran Dominion mining world miles away from any colony or civilization. I mean, the Dominion mining world is a colony and it is civilization. But anyway. Out in the middle of a former mining area that went dry years ago and was abandoned. Okay, now we know it's abandoned. It's this sort of detailed disconnect. It's not a Terran Dominion mining world anymore. It was a Terran Dominion mining world.
Yeah.
Was abandoned were two small ships. One was a Dominion cargo vessel, and the other was a drop ship that belonged to the former Rainer Raiders ghost named Derek. Some call me Derek.
Oh, get on with it.
Throughout the Kaprulu sector, these interactions would always turn out deadly. But unlike those conflicts, this one was held by old friends doing business that would get both of them killed had anyone found out about them. Jesus Christ, that's a sentence that goes on for 3 lines straight.
Yes.
The ghost, Derek, was in the process of buying any medical supplies that his longtime friend, Jackson, could steal for him. Oh boy, a thief named Jackson, how original. Derek started doing the supply run 3 months ago after Marshal Jim Raynor was pronounced dead throughout the sector by the Dominion.
Wait, why would you start doing supply runs after Raynor's dead?
I just realized, how the fuck do you cross StarCraft with Game of Thrones? As Isley has just said, Zeckles, poorly and not at all. The Raiders were the only ones that would allow him to live a free life ever since he discovered his psionic abilities. The only ones that would allow him to live a peaceful life once the war with the Zerg and the Protoss was over. And Arturkus Minsk was the man who killed the greatest chance at that. About 3 years before that, Derek decided to join one of the Raiders' medical teams until they were taught how to train proper ghosts. He spent his time learning all he could about medicine and emergency treatment, and serving as a corpsman above the Hyperion and one of the Umajoman facilities. I know it's not...
Stop with the pronunciation.
I fucking hate those guys. I'm gonna mispronounce their name all the time. His career changed when the Raiders started to learn how to train or liberate former ghosts from their own armies through some unknown method, even though most people believed that someone from within the Dominion Ghost program was helping them. Oh god, fucking, that's a 4-line sentence! Jesus Christ, my dude!
And more importantly, it's confusing, and you could have said it in like 2.
Or broken it up, like, more than that. My main problem right now with this story is not the premise, it's not the plot, it's how we're being fed it. Because when all else fails, I can always comment on that. And right now, we're having what could have been just a simple introduction to the character of Derek meeting Jackson, and they let's say they meet up, and they're like, "Oh, we got another shipment for medical supplies for you. Thanks. This shipment was a bit harder to get, I know, but blank area really needs them ever since Jim died. Oh yeah, I heard about that. That's real shit, my dude. Like, you literally could have explained the majority of the shit you're wall of texting us through dialogue, interaction, character action, you're fucking thinking about things as he's taking inventory that would make sense. Not just passive, like, these medical supplies remind me of the time when 3 years ago the Raiders took me in and taught me how to be a medic. It's like, no. You can be like, oh, I'm looking at these medical supplies. Oh, I'm sure am glad all that long ago the Raiders took me in and taught me how to use this stuff. This is really helping people. It's all about presentation. And this isn't good presentation. This is, hey, here are the following facts about my character. He's really awesome. His name is Derek. He is both a medic and a ghost. And there's a bunch of stuff that I never paid attention to in lore. And so I'm just going to pretend my character doesn't know either.
Seems good.
Hello, Artemis.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm glad you joined in during one of my rants. That's when I get really worked up. Anyway.
We're only 12 minutes in.
I'm only 2 glasses down.
Okay, but how many did you have before that?
We don't talk about that.
How much of the bottle have you?
Like 3. I'm fine.
No, how much of the bottle?
Oh. 2 thumbs?
Okay, that's not as bad as I thought. Still.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't all medics female and Zerg food? Yes.
That is just a gameplay mechanic.
No, that
As
was
we
actual,
know, like,
no, that was Dominion doctrine. Guys became resocked or unsocked Marines, and girls who entered became medics, dropship pilots, like that.
yeah, but by that dumb lot, like, all the ghosts were male.
Oh,
Terran.
no, I'm not. I'm talking about like actual lore. Like that was actual Dominion policy. There were no
Real?
female Marines.
When do you find that out?
It's in the Nova books.
Oh, I didn't read the Nova. Can't get my hand.
Yeah, I feel like I like
All the
ghosts were
StarCraft
like
books are like impossible to find.
I know, it's such a good series though.
No, I am still missing book 2 of the Dark Templar saga. I have book 1 and I have book 3. I cannot find book 2, so I can't find out what happened.
Anyway, StarCraft books are really good, guys. Go read them. But as Atin has said, it's actually really friggin' hard to find them.
They are digitally released. At least the Dark Templar saga isn't.
Anyway, yeah, no, it's like an actual thing with Dominion and Confederacy shit, with how like only convicts who are arsonists can be firebats. Any resocked Marine that had previous skills in demolitions could become a marauder. Only convicts could become Marines. Female volunteers would become medics.
No, I thought there were non-convict Marines.
There are non-convict Marines, but that was something that was brought in with the Dominion, I believe, because of the whole Minsk revolution.
Apparently there's at least one male medic in the Dominion Marine Corps. Yeah, some guy named Slug
Slug.
Okay, but that's
served
one.
in Omega Squadron.
That's
Oh,
one.
well, that's an elite squadron.
There's also a guy named Trent. That is the most normal name I've seen on this list.
Really? Okay, well, still, it...
Who the fuck is this? Egon Stetman.
Oh, Stedman!
Oh, Egon.
I like that his name is Egon.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't want to. I want to
Oh,
go watch Ghostbusters
you really can't
now.
use him as a medic, though. He's more of a scientist than a medic.
Yeah, like he might be classified as a medic. He's a scientist, a bad one at that.
Yeah,
Well,
well, I mean
really
that
gay
still
one.
leaves
So,
Trent.
yeah,
and
goddamn.
Claude.
Good one. Goddamn it, fucking Sean. I'm looking over at the chat and he's talking about gay orcs. That's what I'm saying Stepman's name. I'm like, gee, gay.
Okay then.
Sorry. Resocked is the ones that can't get out of suits. No, they can leave suits. Resocked are the ones who have had technology put into their brains and then they get scrambled.
Because they are socially non-compliant. Like
Yeah.
it's like this guy's a psychopath. We're gonna make him not a psychopath.
Except the main problem with resocked Marines was like they were still psychopaths, only they had no history.
Well, no, they were. It's not that they were still psychopaths. It's that their psychopathic side was basically pushed into a tiny little corner, screaming angrily. And if you ever let that side, it's very easy for even an untrained psychic, as we saw in the Dark Templar saga, to let that out, and then they become angry, angrier, I guess. Would be
Yeah,
right
they
to say
basically
it.
open source. Anyway.
Which makes them terrible for fighting the Protoss, because even a basic Protoss Templar could be like, "Oh, we'll just turn that off."
Sexuality wasn't really a thing that was focused on Zeke, so I can't really comment on StarCraft.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
sexualities.
pretty much the only people that are ever expressed as having any kind of romantic feelings are Jim and Sarah.
Do you want to fuck it over mine? Oh,
No,
Jim.
just no.
Okay, you gotta be honest here. Jim clearly had a Kerrigan fetish.
Yes, not an overmind fetish.
He was not attracted to women, he was attracted to solely Kerrigan.
Yeah, I'm not denying that.
Anyway, blah blah blah, wall of text. He hid his psionic powers as a teenager. You hid them from the Confederacy. Really? Interesting. Fascinating. As a poor teenager, you hid your powers from the Confederacy. That is fascinating. Raiders started soliciting people. He left to go join the Raiders to become a medic. Okay, There's 6-month training course. Due to the fact that all the Ghost trainees had spent... Wait. He left the... Oh, join the new program of Ghost training. Okay, he left the medic
Yeah, I was gonna
course.
say, no,
Okay.
there's nothing wrong here.
Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Blah. Training completed. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know how military structures work. I don't know how bandit military structures work. Umajoa. Blah, blah, blah. Kerrigan. Blah, blah, blah. The events of StarCraft 2 Part 1. Blah, blah. I'm sorry, did you just have dialogue with a semicolon in it? People do not talk with semicolons!
Of course they do, Sneaky.
That was a poorly placed ellipsis, not a.
Yeah, that was an ellipsis.
Yeah, because you know what? Sneaky's right. People don't speak in semicolon. I wouldn't know. I don't know how you would speak in a
I don't even know how to say a semicolon in dialogue!
Oh, well, in terms of proper writing, it's not technically incorrect, but in terms of creative writing, that's kind of irritating me.
The short answer to the question of how do militaries work can be safely assumed is not this. I think a majority of this show can be summarized with, how does that work? And the answer is, not fucking like that! Anyway. William Shatner spoke semicolon. Okay, well, that was William Shatner. And
No,
one really
William Shatner
speaks,
spoke ellipses.
like, no.
No, William
let's continue.
Shatner spoke commas.
Yeah, he did speak commas.
Okay, hold on. Which version of Shatner are we talking about?
I just
Any
have some
version.
pauses.
No,
in my
because there
speech.
were definitely some episodes of
is
Star Trek where it was ellipses,
ellipses.
and not commas, Max.
Speaking like this makes it not an ellipse. It makes it more like a colon or semicolon.
No, but there were
or
some
comma.
times where he was just like, all right, we're gonna have like 5 seconds of dead air.
Yes, that was an ellipse. Anyway, oh my god, you're killing me, Smalls. Every week these prices go up. Running a mobile clinic across worlds by himself was a very expensive operation. Yeah, especially if you don't charge people money for the clinic. Even more so when his only source of income was doing ghost contracts when he could get one. Whenever he could get one. Are you telling me in a space-spanning empire of despotism and literal space pirates, it is hard to get assassination contracts as a trained ghost?
No, Sneaky, not even assassination contracts. Just like infiltration mission.
That too.
Like, oh, I need to plant this bomb discreetly. Hire a ghost. I need to plant this USB discreetly. Hire a ghost. I need to put saran wrap on my ex-wife's toilet because I hate her. Hire a ghost.
I like that ghosts are the be-all, end-all solution in this universe in Atin's head.
They kind of are. Honestly, Max,
if you had a magic psychic who could snipe targets like 5 miles away, turn invisible, and call down nuclear strikes with a sniper rifle, that's
wrong.
a be-all, end-all solution to your problem.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, but now I'm just imagining, like, the rookie ghost who only gets the shitty contracts, which involve just opening jars and maybe a door.
Yeah, your pickle jar is stuck? Hire a ghost.
Blah blah blah, mercenary work, dead bodies, assassination
Like a
contracts,
gross
all that.
misuse of funds.
Last
honestly.
month was super hard because medicine was stolen from him.
Do you think
blah, blah,
Arcturus
blah.
Megst
3
has
days
time to
tracking
open his
down,
own
drop
jars,
ship,
Max?
all the stolen supplies were sold or used.
I don't know who that is.
Blah blah
Hold
blah.
on, I'll
I'm
pull it up
starting to notice stuff missing. If I die doing this, I want to know my family has money. Oh boy, a sympathetic character, guys. Look, he's stealing for his family. Feel bad for him now. Audience sign applause lights up above everyone's heads.
Jackson's fucking dead. He
Only
just dropped the
received-
family card. He's dead.
Yeah.
Yep, he's totally gonna die.
Now,
This is getting
Max,
so
the image I've
risky.
sent you, does
Semicolon.
this look like the image of a man who has time to open his own jars?
Now I could get a friend to call that lives in Tarsonis.
This looks like a man who takes the time to open them with a gun.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Tarsonis has been deleted by this point.
Tarsonis? If Jim Raynor's dead, Tarsonis is 100% deleted. It is a Zerg-covered shithole.
Yeah.
Unless there's another Tarsonis that I don't know about that didn't have a Zerg beacon on it.
God damn it, Isley. He only has 2 more dialogues till retirement.
Oh boy.
Oh, Isley met Days, but it came out much better.
Oh.
He only has 2 says. Use them well. Never stop talking. Just keep going.
Just
Don't
keep
ever
going.
let anyone interrupt you.
Derek looked at the crate, so Jackson's friends, SCV, blah, 100 IV solutions, several hundred needles and tubing, blah, I looked this stuff up. Motrin! Motrin! Motrin!
No.
I didn't realize brand name medicine could make it into space 300 years later.
Also, don't forget one dimension. Don't forget a dimensional crossing.
Oh yeah, of course that part.
Oh, that's worrying.
What?
I decided to type in StarCraft Motrin just on a whim. Pretty sure that this is a shit post for Diablo 3, but the title of the post is Pro Tips for Staying Awake for 72 Hours.
Oh god, fuck. Okay.
Diablo 3 players, no.
Take 2 fish oil pills every 24 hours, take 3 Motrin every 6 hours, drink lots of water, lots of fruit. Dude, no,
look.
I don't care how much of a health nut you are. That is dangerous.
I was gonna say, yeah, okay, look, that might in fact keep you up for 72 hours. There's also a good chance it'll put you in the ground.
I'm kind of actually angry that he thinks that several hundred things of gauze and IV solutions and shit will last even a week.
I was gonna say,
Actually, now that I've got the full list up, oh my god, he's giving gamers health advice. Eat fruits and carbs, set phone alarm for every 2 hours to take a 20-minute break in which you need to be doing something, like massage your calves to get blood circulation going, do some squats, maybe take a 10-minute walk outside.
I can't say I won't eventually head over to Sonus with special trips for money, blah blah blah. Be safe now, I'll see you soon. You be safe too, my dude. I'll try to get back here. They both wave each other, blah 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 blah. More exposition. More exposition.
no, but seriously, there's no one left alive on Tarsus.
Literally no. Why is there so much exposition here? Blah blah blah. Zerg 2 years ago. Raiders. Blah blah blah. Track line. Blah blah.
Hold
blah.
on a minute.
He's stripping.
Stripping off his armor at the end of the day, along with taking a shower, was always. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the along. I thought it was stripping off his armor with taking. I was like, what kind of hydro jet cutter are you using?
Also, taking a shower on a spaceship.
Well, I mean, a shower's better than a bath.
Yeah, but considering this is a personal spaceship, I would think it's more along the lines of Sonic.
I don't think they have Sonic showers in StarCraft, do they? Terrans don't, at least. The Protoss might, but I don't think the Terrans do.
Sonic showers are a thing in StarCraft?
Probably for a family of kittens. No, Isley, don't you know? He's running a mobile clinic on fringe mining worlds for free. Isn't he just the best sort of person, even though he has to kill someone occasionally?
Terran device primarily.
Feel sympathetic for him, guys.
Battle users. Huh.
Anyway, anyway, blah blah blah. Oh boy, a TV game show. That's what I wanted in my StarCraft fanfiction.
Why is this in StarCraft fanfiction?
Blah 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 lawsuits. Oh wow, ha 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 ha. Oh, he made lawyer jokes, guys. Isn't that hilarious? Aren't we all laughing?
Honestly, I'm just getting worried listening to you slowly lose your grip on reality.
I ain't losing no grips on reality, boy. Anyway, as I was previously saying, last time on Fanfiction blah 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 more blah 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 more TV show blah 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 suddenly Protoss vessel blah 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 sentient AI talking to him blah blah
you
blah.
mean the thing the Protoss don't have?
No, I'm talking about the thing on his ship. You know, the adjunct that requires battleships to operate?
Yeah, I was gonna say, the thing that's practically gone, even in the Terran Dominion, and is incredibly rare.
Yeah, weren't those secrets to make those things, like, destroyed or something? I don't know. I forget. Point being, they're actually hyper rare.
Yeah.
But, you know, this guy in his personal little yacht has a sentient AI. Blah, 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 blah. Protoss technology. I'm gonna go salvage me a mothership. Blah, blah, blah. No life signs detected. He changed into his ghost armor. Oh, look how unique and customized it is. Blah, blah,
okay, listen,
blah.
Listen here. If the Protoss lost a mothership, that's not something that they don't just write that off on the expense report. They don't have a lot of those left. They either confirm it's destroyed or 100% no way they can get it back without spending like 1 million soldiers' lives.
Blah, 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 blah. He has a bunch of guns, guys. Don't worry, he has a gun for every occasion. Blah, blah. Oh boy, he has a completely unique rifle that I don't think has ever been mentioned before. Blah, blah, blah. I think that's a correct pistol. What could ever go wrong, he thinks, as he flies towards the Protoss ship that's been abandoned in space near a Zerg-controlled planet? Blah, 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 torch. He's cutting his way through a Protoss door. He's inside. Oh my god! There's creep inside the Protoss ship, hovering over a Zerg-controlled world. Like gasp?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I missed my cue. Was I supposed to give a surprise gasp?
Yeah, you were supposed to give a surprise gasp.
Oh.
Okay, let's see. The StarCraft CK-27. No, last I remember, the Ghosts used... Okay, so it is an actual rifle. Years after the End War...
I thought they used the C-30 can... Wasn't it the C-30 canister?
Yeah, no, they used the canister rifle. Yeah, the CK-27 was a rifle invented after the End War, used by the Defenders of Man.
Okay. A, I'm glad to know I'm not crazy. B,
the End War, where Jim Raynor, Kerrigan, and what the fuck's his name, go kill him on.
Zeratul?
No, Artanis, I believe.
No, wasn't Artanis dead?
No, he came back to life because reasons.
Right, it was Zeratul that died.
Yeah, something along that lines. Combatants, Raynor's Raiders, Terran Dominion, Tal'Darim, Mobius, Possessed, Kahalai.
Yeah, okay, so...
Oh yeah,
so
Artanis,
Sneaky.
you're right there. Yep.
Sneaky. The full list of weaponry that's been confirmed for Ghosts to have, the AGR-14, Bosun F-92, C-10 rifle, C-20A, a knife, the lockdown device, shotgun, stabby knife.
So yeah, no, I wasn't crazy though. So this is, to my knowledge, this is supposed to be taking place when the Dominion came out and said, "Oh guys, we killed Jim Raynor." So the start of StarCraft 2 Part 2, Heart of the Swarm. The CK-27 wasn't out until after the events of StarCraft 2 Part 3. And that is literally years. So, like, you know, I'm gonna be a big grump. Even if it's an actual gun, it's out of its time period. It's like if I described my World War II guy, oh, and he pulls out an AK-47. Okay, actually, no, that was actually used back in World War II. He pulls
M60.
Pulls out a Scar L, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
no,
that's
Sneaky,
a gun.
Clearly, he pulled out a bullpup. What is it? AUG 30, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's the right gun. Congratulations. You're about a bunch of years off the mark from when it was invented, let alone in circular production. Anyway. Yeah, we never even got to the freaking Game of Thrones part. Blah blah blah. People are complaining that I haven't got to Game of Thrones yet. My answer is that after Chapter 6, we will get to Game of Thrones. I don't want to rush through the build-up. Rush through the build-up, he says, having made a complete chapter of only expositional walls of text on how Derek becomes the leader of a Zerg brood.
Yep, because that makes total sense.
Feel better?
Just a little bit. Anyway, everyone can thank Zexels for that excellent story. Moving on to another one. Let's see what we got here.
Isley, Zeratul died in Legacy of the Void.
Oh, good. Here we go. Here's another good one. Prince of the Swarm. This is another StarCraft Ruby one. Just to round it out with the sheer hatred we'll be able to feel during this one. Okay. Ugh. I need fortification for this one. You're gonna need fortification for this one. The Prince of the Swarm and Remnant. Told you you'd need fortification for this one. After the defeat of the Narud and Skygear, Kerrigan and Stukov was about to head back to Leviathan until they felt powerful psionic energy. With Kerrigan being curious as to why it feels familiar, she went back inside with Stukov to see someone she thought she would never see again. O.C. Kerrigan Harem.
Get out. Just...
Yeah, I told you it'd need fortification for this one. Hello guys, this is DWG here with my new story coming in right here, right now. Now before you guys start, I just want to thank you all for reading this. I love StarCraft, really, because you don't show it. Kerrigan fucking Harem. It should be obvious if you read my other fic, Gamer of Remnant, that you love StarCraft. Now let's stop the chit-chat and let's get this story on the road. I love harem fics. This is a harem fic, guys.
Oh boy.
Inside a room is a young teen. The teen is 17 years, if age. Has red hair. His hair reaches to back of his neck. His eyes are blue-green. He wears the standard ghost outfit except without mask. Author's note. Search StarCraft 2 Ghost, they're totally cool. Glad Sis finally killed that son of a bitch. He was draining my psionic energy pretty hard, he said with an exhausted tone as he got up from the wall where he is sitting on. He then looked at the door locking him from outside. Now how should I get out of here? He asked himself as he scratched his cheek. He then got an idea and grinned. He walked far away from the door. As soon as he reached the end of the wall, he concentrated his energy and fired an orange beam of pure psionic energy at the door. His name's Derek, Sean. Told you you need fortification for this. He gritted his teeth as he began losing energy fast. Damn, not enough! He shouted in annoyance as he glared at the door. Then, after losing more energy than he thought, he panted as he saved what left of his Vasonic energy. He sighed as he sat down on the floor. Well, I hope Sis, or at least Stuckov, managed to— Oh my god, it's Kerrigan's brother! That's what he's going with here.
And you're gonna put them in a para together, author? No. No.
I really hope this is— Oh, God. Also, why would he know Stuckov? What? It's... He muttered as he closed his eyes, feeling extremely weak, not noticing a dark shadow up on the ceiling, and then air disappears outside Ski Gear Station. Two figures were walking outside. They were about to go back to Leviathan until they felt a strong psionic energy. The first one is clearly female. She is covered in purple and brown carapace from head to toe. She turned her attention towards the entrance with her purple eyes. Tell me what your eyes see. You felt that too? Asked a male voice. The male is a man wearing the outfit of a general, with glowing orange eyes and an arm that is covered by carapace and muscles, with few blades going out of his shoulder. I don't know how, but I ordered my swarm to kill everyone inside there. But for some reason, he or she is still alive, but his psionic energy almost feels familiar. She was surprised as she began walking towards the entrance leading inside the facility. You coming, Stuckov? She asked the infested Terran. Stuckov only looked at her and nodded. Yes, my queen.
Stukov! It's Stukov! Stop saying that!
No, I will not besmirch Stukov by saying his name correctly, which is clearly an abomination of a fanfiction.
Stukov didn't choose to be here.
Exactly. That's why this is Stuckov. Stukov's retarded cousin.
I would accept it. Carry on.
1 hour later, the Queen of Blades, Sarah Kerrigan, or commonly known as Kerrigan, is walking with Stuckov in half full of broken steel doors. Sorry, a hall full of broken steel doors. Why do they just keep broken steel doors in this hallway? After some more walking, they came across a heavily fortified steel door with some scratches in it. This door, the psionic energy is here. The power we felt earlier has gotten weaker. I don't know how much time we have left, but soon we will get rid of this door, the better. Kerrigan nodded as she prepared a psionic blast. Not enough for total annihilation, but only enough to destroy the door. With a roar, she unleashed her power and began tearing the door apart. It only took a few seconds until the door was blasted away. Kerrigan walked in to scan the room. What she saw widened her eyes until she sees a familiar red-haired teen leaning on a wall and sleeping or being continuously drained unknowingly. Or being continuously drained unknowingly?
Boy, that's a real shot in the dark there. Well, either he's asleep or he's having his psionic energy drained without him knowing.
That's a wild difference there. Well, he's either sleeping or his soul is being drained. Man, those are too similar. Yes, Sean, I realize that Kerrigan here shows no consistency in what she's actually doing to the door. I believe the point is that Kerrigan's OP, door please nerf. It's him, she said with tears in her eyes as a Zarg. I never thought I'd see him again. She's getting oddly emotional as she hugs the teen. Really? Suddenly, Kerrigan widened her eyes as she remembered psionic energy is being drained forcefully. Oh, she remembered that, really?
Just
At what
forgot that,
point
huh?
did she know that? I'm hugging my little brother. Oh, what? Oh, I forgot. He's being drained. Oh, when we learned that? Oh, the author told us 2 paragraphs ago. You know, just read the text above you. I forgot we were Deadpool.
Apparently, Zex can't watch the stream anymore. The crackling is horrible.
Yeah, Atin, your mic is crackling. It's driving me nuts. That's what Zexel says.
Then fucking say something next time.
No, that's what Zexel said, my dude. Wait a minute, she was supposed to... A 10-year-old wrote this. This is atrocious. Don't undersell the poor, hardworking 10-year-olds. Inside the Leviathan, a few hours later. Blah, blah, blah. Out of character shit. Is it the Terran? I'm worried for him. Blah, blah, blah. Is he still alive? Man, how long has it been since I heard Sis' voice? That's what it says. Okay. Should I tell her I'm awake now? He took a while as he grinned mentally. Blah, blah, blah. Glad you still remember me, sis. Elaine! How long has it been, sis? Everyone meet Elaine, my brother. Your brother? I thought you were an only child. Yes, Stukov, it is real, although you can just call me her half-brother. Reason is, the old man got drunk and fucked a girl. LOL? Okay, A.
Yup. Everything checks out. No problems here.
A. Kerrigan, post being turned, tried to kill Raynor, or fuck him to death. Really, the jury's out on that one. Raynor, the person that she literally ascended to godhood for in the end of StarCraft 2. And she still tried to kill him. / turn him. / murder everyone he knows and loves. / fuck him
to be
death.
fair, that was well before the ascension to godhood.
Yes, I'm aware of that. But the point being is that Kerrigan, personal attachments with Kerrigan were more like, oh, personally attached to this person? Better mind rape them and kill everyone they love. Not, oh, I must care for them because they are a familiar relation. So, yeah. I'm glad we're bleeding viewers as they can no longer stomach this shite. Blah, 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 blah. You're a Zerg now. I'm sorry I made you a Zerg. Well, it's okay. I'm a Zerg now. Better to live than die. Blah, blah, blah. Payback from Manx. Surprise. You can thank Jim for that one. He and his boys took action against Manx and sent me a message. That's why I revenge too. It's gonna be a double whammy. Oh man, he's the same old little brother I always knew. Silly little brother. Literally annihilate my soul, my dude.
I don't see any problems here. Carry on.
Time skip to Amon's defeat.
Have we gotten anywhere near Remnant yet?
No! Apparently, we're just reading chapters today that took so fucking long to get to the point. The point being retardation. Alright, blah blah blah, she's a Zelnaga and glowing and blah blah blah. Blah blah, thank you for surviving, but now I have to go maintain the balance of the universe. Blah blah, help you with that, sis. His actions surprised everyone as Kerrigan began getting worried. How You mentally ordered his weapon of choice to appear. A sharp blade made of Hargenzer carapace appeared on his fist. Hard enough to tear Thor to shreds. Before Oros disappeared, he told me psionically there's other dimensions. That's why I think you should send me to another world to help you on your road to redemption. Oh my fucking... I guess we're going to Ruby now. Well,
Yep,
what's that?
carry on.
Character development? What's that? Introducing the main character? What's that? Having an actual theological discussion about the nature of infestation on one's humanity and subsumation into a hive mind? Poof! We don't need that. This is fan fiction. You take a character, you make them infested, then you put them in a different universe and go bang bang kapow! I'm in a harem now. That good enough for you?
Huh? What? Yeah, sure. Everything's fine.
Anyway, blah 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 blah. Go to another world where the chance of going back is 0. Blah 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 blah. Don't you know this is super dangerous? I have to, Jim. If it's for sis, I'll do it. She's my nakama. She's my precious family. He said as he looked up at Kerrigan. Friend, Elaine, if you are Didis, I Chen wish you all luck Entaru Zeratul. A.N., I always wanted to do this.
Well, author, there are many things people want to do. There are many people that stand over a bridge and think, I should jump off. That's called the call of the void. It's when the brain temporarily tells you to do something really stupid. Now, normal people, a half a second later, snap out of that and realize this is a dumb idea. Sadly, you're one of the people who didn't snap out of it. I would suggest not doing something like this again the next time you have a thought like that.
Sean believes I should make that a shirt. Bang bang kapow, I'm in a harem now.
Put it on the list, Sneaky.
I will put it on the list. Entaru Zeratul. He then faced Kerrigan, who was looking down at thinking. Sis, let me help you, he said with smile. Kerrigan looked sadly at Elaine as she lowered herself to his level. Are you sure you want to do this, Elaine? Yeah, Elaine only smiled as he nodded. Kerrigan smiled as she summoned a blue portal, sending anyone who's entered it to where we all know Remnant. I feel great evil in world, almost evil as Amon. Really, the Grimm are almost evil as a literally reality-destroying god.
Yep, checks out.
I'm so confused.
Okay, I'll do it. I need drones and zerglings. Why zerglings and drones? Why not just take a brutalist? I want the world to be surprised by my zerg powers. He said with a grin, making Jim and Kerrigan shake their heads. Oh, classic Elaine.
That's stupid. That's really stupid. Just send a brutalist.
Oh, classic Elaine. Wow, man, that guy is such a jokester. He just wants to nerf himself. This is what passes for humor these days, apparently. And people wonder why I've taken up drinking sometimes. Okay, in the defense of the Isley says, in defense of the author, the Grimm are literally the darkness of humanity, and Amon's just a dick. Okay, yeah, well, that's true, maybe.
No, Amon
is a megalomaniac eldritch god who is bent on consuming the entire reality / multiverse so he can have his own little playground. There's a big difference between, oh no, it's eating a baby, and oh no, the concept of babies is being eaten.
Along with every baby that's currently in existence.
That too. Oh, all the babies, they're all now Zerg hybrids who are shooting lasers from their tentacles. Yeah. Anyway. Don't send me anything, sis. I want a challenge. Kerrigan was gonna send him information, but then she stopped. Classic Elaine! Oh, her silly little brother. Elaine, there's no minerals or Vespane geysers in this world. You're gonna have to hunt for biomass, although I do sense powerful crystallized energy. Also, find yourself a girlfriend, perhaps more than one! Remnant, random forest. A blue portal appeared, and the Zerglings and drones began to get to work. Blah blah blah, make a base. Blah blah blah, 1 hour later. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah, deer, blah blah blah, hunting, blah blah, bear creatures. Alas, Elaine isn't intimidated, and same for the Zerglings. Blah blah, Zerglings attack the Ursas. Blah blah, they tear apart the Ursas with no casualties. Blah blah, Elaine one-shots an Ursa. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. He eats the Ursas and uses them for biomass. I wish Abathur was here. Maybe I should build my base underground. Defending against those creatures is a drag. Combat took like 5 fucking seconds and you had 0 casualties. With the constant attacks of the Grim, Elaine ordered all of his Zerglings to prepare a base underground. After digging around with the help of Elaine, he managed to find a cave system. He nodded as the cave is very spacious. First things first is the hatchery, since the Zerg building need a creep and a drone to be morphed. Yes, waiting until the hatchery is ready. After the hatchery is finished,
I'm so glad they left Abathur out, because Abathur doesn't deserve to be in this shit story.
I'm glad they did. After the hatchery is finished, he ordered 2 larvae to turn into an overlord. Then he ordered the drones to continue digging to find crystal energy Kerrigan talked about. He nodded as he ordered 2 Zerglings to follow him and the rest to protect the hatchery, soon to be hive cluster. And cut! I'll be writing more chapters later. How does that start? I'm making new species of Zerg. And that's where you guys come in. Submit fully formed species profiles so I can add them to the Zerg list. Also, keep in mind Cinder, Emerald, and Neo are going to be in Elaine's harem. Because I plan on Elaine being super manipulative. And remember, Elaine really loves his sister. That's why he went to a different world with no chances of ever returning. Now, before any of you guys leave, just remember, there will actually be challenges for Elaine. I have a really powerful enemy lined up to fight him. Remember the shadows at the beginning of the story? Take a guess who that is! Also, I'll put up a poll for what to call him. So without further ado, bye! So how was that bit of suffering for you all?
It's not improving my headache.
Oh, good. I'm not the only one then. Alright, let's get a non-StarCraft one to talk about. Let's see. Harry Potter now. Familiar of Zero, the Gamer Cross. Excellent. How am I a reincarnated character aiming for world domination? That's what this chapter's called. so like I said, this is the Gamer Familiar of Zero crossover.
Please stop.
What?
This hurts so much.
I know. I'm actually impressed with that story. I don't care for StarCraft, and even I got angry on behalf of its fandom. After an irresponsible god dropped lightning on me, he reincarnated me as a side character in the world of Familiar of Zero, Gushi de Gramont. Unsatisfied that I used the god's gift to its fullest potential. After all, power like this was to be used, right? Gamer, self-insert as Gucci. Massive harem, multi-crossover dark theme. Tafina, Henrietta, Gamer, harem. Now, we actually all can thank Zexels here for this fic, as I only found it due to his new program.
Oh yeah, I'll thank him, alright.
Beware! This is only for mature people who can stomach racism, sexism, gore, mind rape, incest, and other elements categorized as dark.
Can we just cut the stream short by an hour?
I wish.
Is Sneaky okay? Did he just knock himself out?
Hey, if he did, we're done.
Because I don't know if that was the sound of a bottle slamming his table or his head slamming his table.
That was the sound of me fucking slamming this fucking door. Fuck! I am.
Oh, is he dead?
Sober for
Are we
this.
lucky enough that he died?
And you can clearly hear him talking.
No, I can't. I don't hear anything. I think you should end the stream, Max.
Yeah, because I'm just remote viewing into his computer.
Yeah, I picked from the list of recent popular Zex. Alright. I'm not even gonna read this. I'm actually not even going to read this. Because, just no. Yeah, I'm gonna report this story after the stream's over. We're moving on.
Oh, good. So we're just reporting it?
Yeah. It breaks literally so many fucking rules.
Look, if the little child porn didn't get taken off, I have no hope of this going.
I'm aware, okay. So do either of you know about, Percy Jackson?
Nope.
I read the books.
Okay. How do you feel about a Percy Jackson fairy tale crossover?
I mean, depends on how far into fairy tale it goes.
Okay. So this is the next story. The God of Fairies, a skilled and deadly demigod, thrust from everything he has known, finds himself in Fiora. He does the only thing he can: adapt, survive, and thrive. So here's another story I wrote. I thought up the idea and decided to test it out. Hopefully people also like it. This will be a very powerful Percy Jackson in fairy tale world. It will be a character driven.
I mean, Percy Jackson really wasn't all that strong.
He was fucking weak as shit. Percy will have a complex backstory and complex relationships with the people around him. You know, whenever an author author says they're gonna have a complex backstory or complex relationships, I immediately get worried and think they're gonna use that as an excuse to be edgy or make a harem. Yeah, honestly, Percy Jackson was fairly awful overall.
Like, it wasn't a terrible book series, but I've read a lot better.
Yeah, it was. We're talking about Percy after the River Styx incident, because then he's basically immortal. Honestly, I only read the first 2 books of Percy Jackson, so I have, like, almost no idea.
Oh, God.
I read all the books up to the, whatchamacallit, like, the stuff with the Roman gods. Like, the stuff with the Roman gods was actually better, because they actually had, like, character conflict.
Oh god, it's just walls of text.
So it is.
Okay. I'm gonna use my personal rejection. I'm a bit too drunk now to read this, but I also don't feel like coming back to it. So it will sit in the Discord if anyone feels like reading it, but I don't think it's gonna be that good. Instead, we're gonna roll with player of D times D, Fate Stay Night, D times D. Alright. And
So
copy.
how is this algorithm of Zeke's sorting this nonsense?
So to my knowledge, Zeke's algorithm of top stories is both based off of how many times it's been visited by a unique ID compared to how many favorites it has. It's supposed to produce good stories, but more often than not, it appears to just produce garbage. Because people apparently are really stupid.
I was gonna say, to be fair, that's not necessarily the fault of the algorithm.
No, it's not the fault of the algorithm. It's the fault of all the dumb people. Alright, let me get this straight. Some supernatural being throws me into high school D times D with the power of the gamer for no apparent reason. Now I have to deal with angels, devils, and fallen angels while trying to avoid a certain red that doesn't want to leave me alone. Just my luck. I thought this was supposed to be Fate Stay Night Cross.
That's what I thought.
This is looking like it's Prisma Ilya, not Fate Stay Night. Because it mentions servant cards. This isn't Fate Stay Night. Doesn't Prisma Ilya have its own section? Or is everything Fate related just thrown under Stay Night?
I believe everything Fate related is thrown under Stay Night with the stipulation of world selection.
Then it needs to be either Fate or Type Moon. Then that.
Yeah, but everyone knows it as the Fate Stay Night verse. Well, everyone who's a normie, I guess. Not people actively invested in the fandom. Anyway.
Yeah. World goes through Apocrypha, extra, grand. Yeah, okay.
Looking for a part-time job is such a brag. I muttered.
A brag, really?
Yeah, brag.
Look at me, I can be employed now.
No, it's I can look for employment because he's not employed. I muttered to Sky in boredom and annoyance as I walked the streets of Dublin, trying to find a place where I can get a part-time job for some cash. Such a drag. I wish that finding a job was fast and easy with all the bonuses of being interesting and fun. I would like that.
What? This author's an idiot. or this character's an idiot. I'm going to assume it's the author because most of the people who write Fate.
It's a
tend to do crappy
self-insert,
self-inserts.
so I'm assuming it's the author.
Oh god.
But in all honesty, I'm just bored. There's nothing interesting happening in my boring daily life. I go rob a bank. I have normal grades in school, a few friends, and an average family.
Boy, what a nondescript character.
Normal may not be a bad thing, but it sure gets dull. I can only hope there's something that would make things far more interesting that would kill my boredom. Whoa! I wonder what's gonna happen next.
His whole family gets murdered at the end. We can all go home.
Oh boy, if only. I hear the unmistakable ringtone from my phone. The ringtone that gives the signal that I've got a new message. So I took out my phone from my pocket.
Oh my gosh,
and
author!
I turned my phone on to
Author,
see the
you could have just
messenger.
written. I felt my phone. I heard my phone go off. I had a new message.
I just hope it's not my brother again. Sorry, my brother. Bugging me to buy Monster Hunter World for him. What's this? I said out loud when an unknown message was sent to my mail with the title of the message called An Adventure Awaits.
Okay, listen.
Being the
Author,
curious
did you get a
type, I
text
clicked
message
the
or an
message.
email? Because a text message doesn't have a title unless I've missed something.
I clicked the message to open for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect my phone to turn into a bomb and suck me
Oh,
into
it was
another
sent
universe.
straight to his mail. I guess he's in Japan for some reason.
Grr, no, he's in Dublin. Don't you know, boyo? This is the land of the Irish.
Does Dublin not have text message?
Oh, they have text
Wait,
messaging, all
are
right,
you
my
saying
boy.
Japan doesn't have text messages?
From what I know, Japan tends to... Whenever someone sends a text message in Japan, it's basically just an email. Because they have subject lines to them. At least when you see them in common media.
Huh.
I've never cared enough to ask any of the exchange students I got to meet while in college, but they were pretty cool people. They know how to use Facebook, too.
For an OC fanfic and how young it is a lot of favorites. I mean, yeah, it really does. That's
Clearly, this person's bought fanfictionaccount.net bots to boost his story, which we should look into doing, Sneaky. Making the servers for that, I mean, not buying bots.
Oh, of course. I just want to...
Oh, come on! Think of how much money we could make offering it to, like, Fairy Tail Dragon Slayer. Pump those numbers up.
Low blow. Not wrong, but low blow.
I mean, I don't know. I think this has got quite a dedicated audience of scum following him. I think he's fine.
Sneaky, I really don't think you should be writing a bunch of people off as scum.
Dude, the guy writes about traps and getting pegged in the ass by suddenly trap sex.
Okay, but that doesn't make them scum.
And about child rape.
Okay,
and...
there we go. That's what I was waiting for.
No, come on, dude. Traps clearly make someone scum.
I would prefer not to write off large segments of normal people who have...
Okay, look. That is still like 1.5% of the population. That is a completely write-offable percentage.
You sound like a Nazi.
I'm not a Nazi. I'm drunk.
I said you sound like. Not are.
Speaking of my truest love, how is Fitz... Well, I don't really keep up with... But from what I hear, he started up a new story, Naruto-centric. Surprise, right? He started up a new story in which Naruto is a trap. Surprise, right? And
You know what? If nothing else, I will give Fairy Tail Dragon Slayer this. He is prolific.
yes, he is excessively prolific. Anyway, as I
Not
was
saying that's
saying,
good or bad. Just saying he's
Naruto
prolific.
uses his powers as a trap for some reason to have sex with people and then kill them. That's his story.
Yep, that seems
Wow.
just like Naruto.
That is fucking hilarious. Wow, that's old as shit. So, Fairy Tail Dragon Slayer's little acronym there, FTDS.
Yeah.
You can pronounce that fetids. Fetids.
Fetids!
Oh no, here's no, fetids. And apparently fetids is an obsolete English word meaning English word, not world, meaning fetid drugs.
Well, I will admit, he is certainly on drugs.
Yeah, and of course fetid, having a heavy offensive smell, so on and so forth. So
I would say he smells as well, that is true.
you've met the man, have you?
I have not met the man, I just assume by the story
Perhaps
that he
don't
writes.
go impinging the hygiene of people you've never met. That seems like that could
sir,
easily
I
backfire.
have impeccable hygiene, and therefore am able to commentate on others' possible lacking of.
Do you mean the ones that you haven't met and therefore cannot speak clearly to?
I may not have met them, but almost any person who spends all their time writing about stories where Naruto dresses as a girl or gets pegged in the ass by a guy dressing as a girl is not a smelly neckbeard. Tell me I'm wrong.
What you said he's not a smelly neckbeard.
I think Sneaky's so drunk he's losing his points now.
Indeed.
Fuck you. Fairy
No,
Tail Dragon,
no.
smelly neckbeard.
No.
That's
No.
my
The
point.
stream will vindicate us.
Sneaky, the way you said that, it sounded like you just admitted that he's not a smelly neckbeard.
Which
Well-
again, don't call him things that you can't verify the truth or falseness of.
Maybe that's for the better then, because then they can't say I'm harassing him if my harassment is me saying he's not a sweaty neckbeard who writes about gay sex all day. I mean, as far as harassment goes, that's like telling someone you wouldn't rape them.
Okay, I think he's had a bit too much.
Anyway, back to the story. It might be a Fairy Tail Dragon Slayer might be. No, we
Pretty sure that
we know
Fairy Tail's confirmed.
Yeah,
they're confirmed
he
male.
has a Twitch channel in which he streams hentai games. It's a guy.
Wait, how can you have a Twitch channel for that? I'm pretty sure that's all banned.
Because he only has like 5 viewers.
Right, okay.
So there's no one around to report him.
Okay, yeah, but like, we can do that. Easy. Because he's violating the terms of service, because they're like, no, none of that.
Yeah, but last I checked, he stopped doing it because he only did it when people paid him over $20 on Patreon. Maybe it's just a very manly voice. I don't know.
Anyway.
Maybe. I groaned while getting up from my sleep on right now. Is this what it
What?
feels like to have hangover? If
That's
so,
not English.
then what the fuck? My eyes are widened in shock and confusion with the pain in my head gone for now, as I'm unable to process the thing that I'm seeing right now into my brain. Guys, I can't even brain right now.
Oh, shut up.
I'm currently staring at a menu screen, exactly like the kind that players would find in a video game. Seems normal, right? Well, it would have been if it weren't for the fact that it was floating in midair. So either this was the most realistic virtual reality game that I've gotten myself into, which I'm pretty sure I've never have or heard of before, or my life has just been turned into a video game.
Yep, those are the two perfectly reasonable assumptions.
The screen in question displayed a title screen with nothing but the words "gamer" in big
Not
bold
being
letters
sarcastic,
in
it
the
actually is a
center.
reasonable assumption.
Okay. And the word "start" boxed underneath it. With no other options and no way to dismiss the menu, I just hit the start button. The screen changed into a paragraph-long welcome menu that read as such. Welcome, new gamer. You've been randomly selected to become one of the gamers and have become randomly deposited into a world via a random number generator. In order to make the transition as smooth as possible, we have slightly altered the universe so that to everyone, you've always existed. Well, that solves one major issue. Now I don't have to worry about some super entity to know that I didn't exist here in the first place. Now the things that still left unanswered are, where the hell am I, who can I trust in this world, and most of all, who is the wise guy that sent me here? Well, that's it, have fun and don't die. Wait, what? I thought of saying something about the last comment, but I remembered the video game info don't answer to questions, and just decided to shut my mouth. Sigh! I might as well look at my stats. I would like to mention that he actually says the word sigh. I muttered to myself before the stats window actually appeared in front of me. Character name Raiga Kojiro. Really, that's a very interesting name for an Irishman. I don't know, laddie. I don't really like how you're putting the names on the people. Hello, Chrysanthemum. It's wonderful for you to join us today.
Run while you can, Chris.
What did I leave for 2 seconds to talk about $1.99 hamburgers. What the hell's going on?
Well, Chris showed up for the stream. For some reason.
Blah, 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 blah. Exposition. Everyone has seen the gamer before. Oh boy! And he's ripping the system straight from Fate's Day. That's where the Fate's Day cross comes in, I guess. Or the
Like I
Fate
said, that's part of it.
Apocrypha system comes in.
Well, I think this system was in place in the original Stay Night. So I don't remember. I don't know how.
Oh yeah, no, the stat system in the games, it was definitely in place, but I mean, you said later on servant cards are mentioned.
Yeah, servant cards are from Prisma Ilya, the Magical Girl spinoff, which tells us about how Zelrich is a crazy motherfucker who's constantly playing around with his kaleidoscope magic and made it into a stick because he could.
No, honestly, you're wrong. It's the gamer Fate Stay Night Cross with Fate Prisma Ilya with D times D. You get it? Get your multi-cross right, my dude.
Is this in the multi-cross section for the record?
No.
Trying to remember. What was it? I think the full title was Fate Khalid Liner Prisma Ilya. I think that's the full title.
Also, apparently Ilya's like, the split personality of Ilya is like a lesbian or something that sucks mana from kissing people. Dude, look, Nasuverse is fucking weird, my man.
Oh, Sneaky, the corrupted Grail, I think, is still a part of Ilya's body.
Yeah, no, it's like a split personality, split bot. No, dude, look, I remember a scene specifically where she made out with another magical girl
and I want answers.
And sucked the mana out of her.
Everyone's seen that scene, and it's like the only one of its kind apparently in season 2.
That
And that's
doesn't
all
matter.
I-
It exists.
Yeah,
It,
I know.
it still
Atin.
exists though. Look, Nasuverse gets up to some really weird shit. Arthur's a
No,
girl.
no,
Oda
Sneaky.
Bongo's a girl.
Yeah, it's Sneaky,
Other
I'm aware,
male
but here's the
characters
problem
are
with that
girls.
assumption. Here's the problem with what you just said is that apparently in the manga that scene is not like that, and that was, I guess, fan serviced by whoever was animating.
I am honestly completely unsurprised if
Still
that is the
fucked up.
fact.
Still creepy. Less creepy than I thought, though.
Oh yeah, no, it's like
But I thought the guy who did it like consulted on everything. Like, did he? First of all, how'd that get past the censors?
There's no such thing as a censor in Japan.
yeah, we got that uncensored over here too.
B, I'm pretty sure Crunchyroll streamed it. I don't think it was on any actual TV station, so therefore it didn't need to follow the
we
FCC
don't-
guidelines.
We only get a handful of anime on TV over here, and that tends to be like super mainstream stuff.
Yeah, okay, but I was speaking
And
about
reruns.
Japanese TV.
Oh, fucking dude, like everything gets past censors in Japan.
Yeah, no, Atin, like, I'm pretty sure they show porn on TV stations late night, and
Oh,
even
okay,
porn
well,
is censored.
That happens in America too, Max.
No,
like
public access.
10-year-olds. The 10-year-old channels for like anime and shit in Japan. There is just straight up scenes of lesbian makeouts and crap. Like, Japan gives zero fuck. Unfortunately, Japan needs to give more fuck because they're running out of children.
Yeah, honestly,
They have too many people are chasing 2D waifus.
Too many people are giving their waifu for waifu.
You see,
Yeah.
you see, my Christian teachers were right. Vocaloids will be the downfall of humanity and our sin.
yeah. Honestly, you know what the most, honestly, what the worst thing about Prisma Ilia is, especially when you remember that that scene is in there, is that when Ilia is first introduced in Fate Stay Night, she is 18 years old. She is a fully grown woman with a slowly aging body.
Murderer.
Well, actually, no, she's not. That was the Corrupted Girl's influence.
I'm aware, but you were talking about how she's introduced.
Oh yeah, no,
Introduced
the way
as
she's
a
introduced.
psychopathic
Yeah.
murderer in a lolly body.
Yes, I'm aware. Like,
I know,
but in Prisma Ilia, here's the bad part. In Prisma Ilia, she's only 10 years old, going on 11. So that scene is even more uncomfortable when animated the way it is.
Yes, that could almost be described as pedophilia, if one were so inclined to do so.
No, but both characters are 10 years old. Then I don't. Pretty sure no one's talked about getting their jollies off on that scene.
Look,
In fact, most people have been very disturbed by it.
Dude, there is a wide swath of people out there. I am almost positive at least one of them has gotten their jollies off to that scene. Moving on past Max's optimism about the people at large.
What optimism?
I was gonna say, I
Well,
think you're
compared to me, you have an excessive abundance of optimism.
Sneaky, compared to you, I have the will to live.
Honestly, at this point, I'm pretty sure that compared
not
to
a fair benchmark.
yeah, no, I just want to point out, actually, Sneaky, with the way you are when you're drunk like this, nihilism is more optimistic than you.
No, Max, that's being
I would
unduly
refute
kind
that,
to nihilism.
but you're probably right.
Is there like some further level of nihilism that we could compare it to?
Fuck you!
Like super nihilists.
Fuck you!
You see, it's the level that nihilists aspire to be. If you become nihilistic enough, your hair turns all gray.
Have to wonder how that classifies porn based off
Oh
that
no,
series.
no.
Do I have any thoughts?
Isley, I'm sorry,
Um,
but the
you
series
must
is based on porn.
you must
Oh yeah,
protect the
no, it is.
lolly. No porn of lollies allowed. I don't care how old they are. Other
Yeah,
than
no,
that,
that's
go fucking buck wild. I mean,
yeah, that's an acceptable policy to have. Well, what
Hold
was the
on, I
meme that was
tuned out.
going
What is this
around with
policy
Dragon
we're
Maid?
talking about now?
Don't loot the lolly. Was that
yeah,
it?
no looting the lollies. Other than that, fuck it, I don't care.
What'd you say, Atten?
I tuned out, and now
wondering
we're
what
talking
policy
about
I had.
policies with lollies. What the hell is going on here?
The lolly policy
Yeah, the policy being no looting the lolly.
must protect, do not loot.
Yeah, most people don't pay attention to that, unfortunately.
Most
No,
people
most
are
people
filthy
pay attention.
degenerates that need to be
Well-
purged with a new crusade.
Actually, no, that's not fair. Most people just don't even know about that shit. And of the people who do, most
Look,
of them
that was
avoid it.
immensely embarrassing and funny to explain to my 50-something-year-old stepfather about what a lolly was.
Why did you have to explain that to your stepfather?
Look, there was
Sneaky,
a really
Sneaky,
no,
did
dude.
he find lewd images of Kobayashi Dragon Maid on your computer?
No,
again?
but dude, he found the Hitler girl on the internet.
What?
I'm sorry, he
How
found
did he
the
find that?
stumble onto the Moe dictator thing.
Look, I don't fucking know, my dude. It was like
Should
almost
we be
Eve.
investigating your stepfather's hard drive?
No, dude. All he goes on is fucking. Like, I would not be surprised if you investigated his hard drive and all you found was motorcycle porn. 'Cause the guy is obsessed with motorcycles.
I'm sure that someone's drawn a lolly motorcycle.
I mean, that might be what how he found lollies. That
Do I
might be
need-
why he was asking.
I think
I
this is
would
a
not
job.
recommend Googling that, Max.
No, this is a job for DuckDuckGo.
What is DuckDuckGo?
DuckDuckGo is an anonymous search engine that keeps track of none of your history, and also doesn't index searches. So it's just the most relevant to what you type in pops up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What can you? This is far cleaner than I
Be
thought.
very creative with "I don't care." I mean, honestly, I don't
That-
I don't care. I mean, I don't look at this shit. I don't know. There are lolly motorcycle girls. Okay.
I'm
Now
honestly
the question
not
is, are
finding
they
anything.
better or worse than Final Fantasy 13? No, I will never let that go.
That fucking scene with
That was the scene where I just gave up.
the internet is weird. Yeah, no, we're all aware here that the internet is weird. Anyway,
What was the name of motorcycle bitches?
I think it was Norse.
Oh, yeah, it's some Norse thing. Anyway, blah blah, type moon, blah blah. I have an MP section that's obviously Noble Phantasm.
Oh right.
I guess-
Shiva.
I guess I'm a pseudo servant. Anyway, blah blah blah. I can safely assume I'm in high school D times D because my profession is student of Kuo Academy. Self-insert fanfic. The OC is turned into a devil and serves as her evil piece. She used while following canon timeline. I think, however, I should do something else. But I should probably just get stronger before doing anything, since nobody would take me seriously, nor will I survive in a fight. I'm such a weakling right now. I need to check out my skills and plan what abilities I have. Skill list! Silence was all I got, maybe. I'm saying it wrong. Skills! Oh god, I'm becoming sober. I need to drink more.
Okay, well this is kind of annoying.
What?
Apparently, skills list doesn't bring up the titled window skills list.
Why would it not bring that up?
That's a fair point.
Apparently he's saying it wrong. I guess whatever controls how the windows work, just like, yeah, like this is its punishment.
Gamer's body, default, blah blah blah, variants, mostly normal body, and locked. Fiction adaptation. Oh god, I fucking... Okay, so...
Fiction
So,
adaptation.
a little backstory on this D times D ability. And I'm calling it D times D ability because fiction adaptation first showed up in a story called Dragon of Dragons, at least to my knowledge. Because I read the Gamer D times D crossovers. I read a lot of them. And to my knowledge, the one that really popularized it, and because the story got really popular in itself, because it actually wasn't garbage, is a story called Dragon of Dragons Game of the Year Edition. And it's actually a really good story, and however, Issei gets really, really OP in it really quickly because of his skill called Fiction Adaptation, in which Issei looks at shit like Fate Stay Night and Full Metal Alchemist and other various animes that he then watches in the story and learns how to do their fictional powers from. That's what fictional adaptation is. Is that literally it's, I'm in the D times D verse, let me just pop in this copy of Bleach. Oh, I have unlocked my spirit energy. Getsuga Tensho.
He should give it to EE. He's going to throw again.
Wow.
Anyway, so that's the story behind fiction adaptation and why you only will find it in D times D stories, as far as I'm aware. Because I've read a lot of gamer stories and I only find this in D times D.
It sounds really dumb and overpowered and could easily break a story.
It's massively overpowered and easily breaks the story. There's a reason why Dragon of Dragons hasn't updated. Independent action A+, really? Ability to remain independent while injecting magical energy, some of a master, blah blah blah. Rank plus exceeds even A. The support of a master is unnecessary, even when unleashing a large amount of magical energy. Discernment of the poor. The ability to see through the opponent's character and attributes. With the rank of C, the user can't be tricked by lies of the enemy. Writing C. So I currently have 3 servant skills, 2 class skills, and a personal skill. Alright. Where's the personal skill?
I think this skill was... Sorry, I think that fiction adaptation skill is literally a community-made thing.
It is.
Jesus Christ.
Like I said, it is only in the D times D verse. It is completely fan and made.
No, I'm seeing it from like things outside of D times D, but
probably inspired by that story.
D times D is the one that seems to have it the most, but like it seems like a purely gamers related skill.
Yes.
What the hell, guys?
Blah blah. Blah blah blah. Boring room. Blah blah blah. It's an apartment. There's a PS4 here. Blah blah. You've gained a new skill. What? Observe. Blah blah. Everyone knows how this goes. It's a pillow. Lol. Blah 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 blah. I picked up the name of a letter from Zalrich.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Oh god.
Oh, I now know who threw me into D times D with the gamer powers. Instead of a piece of paper inside this letter from Zalrich, I found 8 summoning cards. Blah blah class cards, blah 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 blah, Shielder class card, blah blah blah, Zalrich is being
dumb
generous.
And I hate this author.
Blah blah, I feel my heart beating from the nervousness. The idea of transforming into a servant Blah blah. I don't know if I won't try it out. Install Archer. My voice sounds a bit different for that instance while the card glows and rushes into me. This feels totally awesome. I am now wearing cowboy fatigues, hat and red scarf.
Cowboy
There's a whole
fatigues?
I have turned into the heroic spirit of Billy the Kid. I have played
Oh my God,
Fate
this author
Grand
literally
Order
wrote
long
this within
enough
the
to
last,
recognize
month.
all the characters. So it's actually a Fate Grand Order cross. Okay.
No, okay, straight up. He's doing Fate Grand Order and Fate Prism. Wait, what the fuck, dude?
Yep.
I mean,
Pick one.
it's not like he committed to a single world under the Fate Stay Night, but honestly, I'm just annoyed that they don't separate them by their own things. You have to pick a world.
This is odd. Why am I still in this form? I knew that 10 minutes wasn't a long time. I speculated I would only last 4. In fact, I feel like my MP isn't draining at all.
Felt feel. What the fuck?
I felt feel. Sorry. I
Yeah.
felt feel nothing draining my MP. I guess I should have used observe on these class cards. I observed the class card. Also called servant card, there are artifacts created in the Holy Grail War. Blah blah blah. Manifest. The cards encapsulate blah blah blah. Looks like I put my hope too high in the skill I just obtained. Blah 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 blah. Now I have to figure things out on my own since the Fate Collide Linear Prisma Ilia manga didn't give info on the class cards. Getting up from the chair, I blah 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 mana. Blah 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 instant dungeon. Blah 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 territory create is now ID create. Blah blah blah. I pop into the zombie world. I draw my revolver. I drew my weapon and shot the wise guy that tried to sneak up on me. It looks like this is a Left 4 Dead zombie world.
When is this gonna stop?
Bang, bang, bang. I shoot my revolver. I'm sorry. Let me do today's. Let me do today's liner. One-liner. Bang, bang, kapow! I'm in a harem now.
Please stop.
You know it's gonna happen.
You're going to end the stream in 2 minutes?
Am I though? Am I though?
I'm asking you.
No. The answer to your plea is no. I shot the 5 zombies. When the revolver was out of bullets, I closed the cylinder and reloaded my gun with mana. Okay, that explains the lack of the bullet pouch. I did a backflip as Billy the Kid to escape a crowd of zombies and twisted my body. Oh my god, it's a smoker! Bang,
Say,
bang,
so
bang.
far this sounds less like Billy the Kid and more like McCree.
3 hours later, this is gonna be a good workout, my dudes. I let out a sigh while falling down on my couch, being physically and mentally exhausted from the fight. I chose to call it a day when I ran out of MP, which also forced me out of install mode, and I escaped using the same way Han Jihan does in manga. ID escape. I might as well look at my stats while I'm resting. Stats! So despite leveling twice and the changes to my hitch and regens, the rank of stats haven't changed. I can only guess none of them is worth giving me a rank of D or D-, if such a rank even exists in the Masterverse. It's gonna take a lot of training for my stats to rank up for me. But I'm not gonna give up because this is interesting. I better make something to eat before entering a dungeon because I'm hungry. Jihad, what now? Aren't you glad I looked at Zexel's program? Aren't you glad we aren't covering Ruby stories?
Yeah, sure. Can't you just feel my enthusiasm through the mic? Oh, sorry, that's disdain.
Oh, okay, fair enough, fair enough. Let's go with this one then. How to raise your faunus.
Oh, good. We get to experience some remnant racism now, huh?
Oh boy, are we about to experience something. AU story. Read the author's note for details. How to raise your faunus. This is a faunus ruby. Avatar picture with a Weiss yelling at her. Weiss's life was stable. It was filled with routine, everyday rituals, and overall stability. But fate would not let her keep that blessing or a curse for too long, as on one rainy day she stumbles upon a box with a young faunus girl inside it. Now barely keeping with the responsibilities of her own life, she has another one to worry about. Weiss times Ruby with Team Ruby as the character focus. Wow! So what you're saying is that Weiss goes outside one day and finds Ruby, a wolf faunus, in a box saying "Adopt me" on it. And so Weiss adopts her, and Ruby's is her pet? Pet faunus?
Please stop asking questions.
Do authors not like think about this shit? That's a dumb question. Of course they fucking don't. Like, in their quest to satisfy their fetishes, does no one ever stop and look at this shit and go, you know, maybe writing a story about where Weiss adopts a faunus ruby off of her porch step isn't exactly the best sort of story to write. Because A, what the fuck? And B, what the fuck? Anyway, I call upon you
To do what?
to read this. Because it's getting a bit harder to see at the moment.
Or we could just end the stream and save this for next time.
We could. However, that would be like pulling the emergency brake on a car before it hits the train. That's dumb. Obviously, you should hit the train. Yeah.
But my food is here.
You have to
My food is here.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only 10 minutes left.
I see.
And I don't think anyone will complain that we didn't make them suffer through this.
You do raise a good point. All right, fair enough. I'll do it. I'll end the day with a just dumb story then. As Atin has raised a good point, I choose this story. High school D times D plus Bloodborne. Max, I'm gonna rely on you for this one.
Oh, but he didn't even spell school right.
Did I read this already?
I am upset now.
Did I read this on this stream already?
I don't
think.
remember there being a misspelled thing, so if you did, I wasn't on stream.
Isley,
Oh
I
god,
call
yeah,
upon.
this is the... Oh god.
This is.
Well, on the bright
I
side,
read
he
this.
finally changed it to the proper crossover section for Chapter 1.
Oh, fuck!
Wait, didn't you review this one and tell him to fix the crossover thing?
I think it might have. Wait, you guys haven't read this on stream yet.
Yeah, no, we have. I recognize this.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure this was 2 weeks ago.
'Cause I feel like I did read this on stream.
Read the summary.
I drew
Does
a
it-
lottery at the shopping district and won a privilege to go to another world. Afterwards, things didn't go as planned.
No, we've totally read this.
Yeah,
we've
does it mention a
absolutely read
Fate Stay
this.
Night harem?
Fate Stay Night Harem, yeah.
Yeah, we read this.
We totally read this.
I think he rewrote it. Yeah, no, I think the author rewrote this. For some reason, he has a different skill. I don't remember tentacles being mentioned as a skill last time we had this on stream.
I'm sorry, you what?
I didn't stutter.
No, surely you stuttered because I can't possibly have heard that correctly.
Let's see. Why does it mention tentacles?
Now, Max,
Do you really need to ask that question, Max?
that is an internal question that we simultaneously want answered and at the same time never want to know the answer to.
Yeah, we'll just link the next story.
I can do that. This is a Harry Potter Avengers crossover called Birds of a Feather. This is brought to you by Zeke's program. They meet at a American Sign Language Center in Brooklyn, where both have committed to learning sign language. Neither of them expected to fall in love with each other, but then again, no one really does. Deaf Clint Barton times deaf Lily Potter quotations Femme Harry. Extreme out of character alternative universe pre-Marvel cinematic universe.
Oh, can we just stop here?
No, there's a reason why I have it, and it's just fucking dumb. And it's not,
I am aware.
It's not because I'm gonna read it out loud. It's because I'm gonna go on an angry, alcohol-fueled rant about why this is so fucking stupid!
Good,
So-
then I don't have to read it.
Step 1.
Got 6 minutes.
Making this an AU is dumb. I have already thoroughly explained my opinions on making a alternative universe crossover with another alternative universe. At that point, you're better off making your own fucking story and stop riding the coattails of actually popular shit. Because there is fan works, there is degrees of fan works. I will admit there's a stretch to what can be considered fan works in my opinion. But when you go, it's an AU Harry Potter verse as crossing over with an AU Marvel verse. Also, both of the main characters may or may not be deaf, and for some reason, Clint Barton is not deaf. He just happens to be learning American Sign Language, for some reason.
No, it says that he had hearing aids in. So unless he was just putting hearing aids in for no reason.
He had always been a quick study. Blah blah. Where's the hearing aids part? Oh, he's got problems, anxiety, depression, PTSD, newfound hearing impairment is going to change him. Okay, so they're both hearing impaired. Excellent. Okay. So my point continues to stand. Alternative universe crosses over into an extreme alternative universe because for some reason Harry Potter is not only female, but this is 2002, which means this is post Hogwarts. So female Harry Potter post Hogwarts is for some reason also in America learning American Sign Language because I have a fetish is the best closest answer that I can figure out from this author. And as I was saying, this is exceedingly stupid because A, New York, B, Harry Potter in New York, C, female Harry Potter moving to New York who also happens to be deaf, who also happens to be learning American Sign Language before they even move to the country, who also happens to just be in the same class as Clint Barton, who also just so happens to have recently acquired a hearing impairment that requires him to learn American Sign Language. Now, you have all heard me excessively, innumerable number of times, talk about the suspension of disbelief. And that there's so much I'm willing to suspend my disbelief for to set up the story. At which point after that my suspension of disbelief should succeed well. Now Max as a counterpoint here has immensely high suspension of disbelief nearly the entire story. And I'm almost certain I can speak for Max in this, is that even he would look at this story and go, what the actual fuck? I'm not going to read this.
Actually, no, it would be, what's this first chapter? And I just skimmed through it, and all I can think is, this would be better as an original fiction.
That's what I said. When you reach when you reach the point of AU times AU plus extreme out of character, yet you might as well just remove the fan work label from it and say, hey guys, this is my original fiction where a newly hearing impaired superhero meets a British magic user who defeated a Dark Lord in their childhood, and this is how they fell in love with each other while bonding over learning sign language.
Yeah. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed because apparently this is supposed to be Hawkeye for the cinematic universe.
Yes.
And I really liked the idea of him having a family with, what was it, 3 kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, and
I actually really liked
the
the character that his wife was.
Oh, but don't you understand, Max? They have a fetish for Hawkeye, so clearly they must fulfill themselves of this fetish of imagining themselves fucking the Hawkeye. by inserting themselves as the female deaf Harry Potter, who comes to know and love Hawkeye through their shared inability to hear things in a profession which the ability to hear things, it will literally save your life.
Yeah. Could we quit making those kinds of assumptions?
What do you mean? What about the Harry Potter?
No, the fetish thing. Like,
No,
Christ.
I'm gonna harp on the fetish part quite hard because again, this just harkens back to my same fucking comment when we reached those other really weird out there fics, in which I sit there and I go, well, why did you make this? And the only answer I can come to is either A, you woke up one day and said the world needs more female Harry Potter with a hearing impairment times Hawkeye with a hearing impairment in America, or B, you have a fetish for Hawkeye. As Occam's razor dictates, having a fetish for Hawkeye is far more realistic.
I want to know why the fuck Occam gave you a rusty-ass razor then?
Because, Max, I choose to believe that people are shallow and insipidly stupid. Which means that someone going, I have the hots for Hawkeye, and now I want to write a story that lets me romance them in my mind, is far more believable than just waking up one day and going, hey, you know what I need to do? I need to gender bend Harry Potter, and then write a story about them being hearing impaired, moving to America, and finding out Hawkeye just happens to be in the exact same sign language class that he is now hearing impaired required to join. See, that's a lot of complex thinking, and I really don't have faith in humans that could achieve that level of thought normally. It's way easier to say.
Anyway,
Really
we've reached 8 o'clock, so it's time for your ranting to end.
This is a true enough fact.
Yeah.
All right. You've all heard my rant. You've all seen my rage. You've all witnessed my fury. At least I think I did furializing. Yes. Tell your friends, tell your hated enemies, don't tell your boss, but also don't tell your coworkers because they might look at you weird from now on. But definitely tell people who will either judge you and you don't care, or will judge you and you do care but you're fine with their judgments. Tell those people to watch this, because the more people we get, the more fun I have, and the more people get to see me rant drunkenly on a podcast about fan fiction, and I get to laugh about the fact that there's a podcast about fan fiction that people actually go to watch. So we all win in the end. So we'll be here every Tuesday and Friday, 7 p.m. to around whenever the fuck they tell me to stop. So remember, everyone, there is always more, and it always gets better.